It has been amazing to see what's taken place at the Oaks and how young people have been thriving there. And I'm glad for you to hear, too, that we are 155 years old and are grateful for the partnership that we have had throughout our history. Today's conference theme, Unto the Least of These, is an excellent way to describe Wellroot's ministry. At Wellroot, the children and families we serve are in many ways who our society sees as the least of these. The biological parents that lose their kids into foster care are often reduced to one single narrative, and that is of abuser. When in the reality of the over 10,000 kids that are in foster care in the state of Georgia today, 65% are in foster care due to neglect. That's generational poverty, broken systems, and trauma in the parents' background that has stopped them from being able to rise up. The young people like Alana, who you saw in the video, as they age out of foster care, and there's 500 to 700 of them each year that age out of foster care. As they age out without a family support network, they are labeled as delinquent, causing trouble, rebellious, instead of recognizing the critical and beautiful time in life that they are at, where they rise up and thrive and move into young adulthood. Children who have behavioral health problems are labeled as bad kids. Teachers and others look at them and say, what's wrong with you, instead of asking the critical question of what happened to you. A lot of these kids have significant trauma in their past, missed and inaccurate diagnoses, and they need appropriate mental health care. In the state of Georgia, we rank 48th in the nation in access to mental health care for children. And mental illness is responsible for more deaths than cancer and the next 10 diagnoses combined for children, yet we're not talking enough about mental health care for children. And you may not know this, but at Wellroot, we serve quite a large population of undocumented people, and they are absolutely treated as the least of these in our society. Right now, they are afraid to go to the grocery store. They're afraid to send their kids to school, and they are really struggling. But thanks to all of you and our partnership with the North Georgia Conference, we have been able to rise up and help them. Through one of our church partners, and actually through several of our church partners, since December, we have delivered 63,000 meals to families and children across North Georgia. And just over the past month, we've been supplying fresh produce bags, masa, corn, beans, and all the things that our undocumented families need because they're too afraid to go to the grocery store. We're not known as having a food ministry, but we respond to what we see our children and families need. Over the past 5 years, with your support, we have grown significantly. We opened our prevention services program. We walk alongside young mothers who might be at risk of child abuse because they don't have family connectedness, or they're a teen mom, or they're living in poverty. And this past, thank you to Duluth First for hosting us annually to celebrate those moms. This past year, the bishop got to come, and let me tell you, she made sure she loved on every single baby in that room before she left that day. But we walk alongside those moms, and after that event in October, one of the moms that we served that's undocumented came to me in tears and said, gracias, gracias, gracias. No family, no one, only Wellroot. And Wellroot is all of us. We gave her the love and the support that she needed to become a young mom. We also, 5 years ago, launched our behavioral health program through an intensive home-based intervention. And through that program, we learned exactly how bad the mental health situation was in Georgia. So in April, we became a Medicaid provider in December. And in April, we opened 2 new mental health clinics, one in Hall County and one in DeKalb County. And all of this is done through your partnership, whether it's the diaper drives, the formula drives, the volunteers that come out and work with us, the Amazing Grace offering that you take for us. That's what enables us to do this work. And we're not finished growing yet. Soon, we will be breaking ground at the former Avondale-Patillo United Methodist Church to build a community hub where we can support families holistically. We'll be providing 65 units of affordable housing for families who are in crisis with their children. We're going to build a workforce training center for youth who are aging out of foster care. Thank you. I'm excited about that too. Thank you. We're building a workforce training center for youth aging out of foster care, and we are building a mental and behavioral health care clinic. And we are also building a resource hub where we hope you will donate the items that our families so dearly need, and where you will send your parishioners to volunteer and help us continue to support families. So, as I said, we cannot do this without you, and I'm grateful to have the opportunity to thank you for all you've done, and I hope that you will consider what your church can continue to do. And as Jesus said to us in Mark 9, whoever welcomes one of these little children in my name welcomes me, and whoever welcomes me welcomes the one who sent me. Thank you for continuing to welcome and open your heart to Georgia's children and families.
Thank you, Allison.